last week, we learned about 3 different kinds of variables: numbers, strings, and booleans. This week, we're going to build on what we learned by doing math operations with number variables. We'll also learn how to reassign variables and what it means to set a variable as a constant. Let's get started. Okay, make sure you have your Learning JavaScript project open and make sure you are on the variables.js file. So you should have that tab highlighted right here and you can see what we did last week. So now let's start out by learning about reassigning variables. So we'll put in a little command here that just says reassigning variables. Okay, so now let's let c equal 3. So we've got a new variable called c, and we've assigned it to 3. We'll do a console.log so that we can see what it logs. So we'll log the value of c. And now let's reassign c to something else. Let's make it 4 now. Now, when we reassign a variable, we don't use the let command. We only use the let command when we're first creating the variable. So the variable c already exists. So all we have to do is we say c equals 4. So now we've reassigned it, and now the value of that variable is 4. So let's do a console.log c, and we'll just check and make sure that's what happened. So let's save. And now we'll run node variables.js, and we can see we got 3 first, and then we logged 4. Okay, now there's another way to assign a variable, and that's by using a constant. So the reason why you would use a constant is if you had a variable that was going to stay the same throughout the whole entire program. So if you wanted to declare a variable like that, you would use this command instead of let. So let's say constant d equals 6. So now we've got a variable d that equals 6, and throughout the program, it has to equal 6. We can't assign it to anything else. Let me show you what happens if you try to assign it something else, and you can try this with me. Let's say d equals 7, and now we'll save, and now let's run the program. And we can see the program did not run. We got an error, assignment to constant variable. So we know we can't do this. We can't make d 7 because d is a constant. So let's just comment that out, and we'll just write this won't work so that we remember that we can't reassign a constant. Okay, now let's learn about math operations on numbers. So we'll create 2 new variables. We'll let e equal 3, and we'll let f equal 4. And now let's do some different operations on them, and we'll assign them to new variables. So let's let g equal e plus f, and then let's log that. Oops, console.log g. Okay, and you can probably guess what you're going to get when that value is logged. You're going to get the value of e plus f, which will be 3 plus 4, which will be 7. So g is going to be equal to 7. So let's try subtraction now. Let h equal e minus f, and then we'll do a console.log statement to log the value of h. And you can probably guess that's going to be -1 because it's going to be 3 minus 4, so h will be -1. Now let's let I equal, and we'll multiply e and f, and when you multiply those 2 variables, you use the asterisk sign. So let I equal e times f, and now let's log that. And so you can probably guess that I should be 12, and now let's let j equal e divided by f, which is going to be 3 divided by 4, which will be 0.75. So let's log j and see if we're right. Console.log j. And then finally, there's one more math operation, which is sometimes used in programming, and that's called the modulus operation. And what that is where you have one number that's divided by another number, and you're wondering what the remainder is. So we're going to do that too. Let's do let k equal, and this time let's do f modulus e. So what that means is it's going to ask, how many times can you put the value of e, which is 3, into 4? And it's actually not asking how many times you can do it. It's asking when you do that, what number is left over. So the value of k should be whatever is left over after you divide 4 by 3, which is 1. So console.log k. Okay, let's save. And now let's run our program and let's see if we get the right answers. Okay, let's see. We've got 7. That was 3 plus 4. We've got -1, which was 3 minus 4. We've got 12, which was 3 times 4. We've got 0.75, which was 3 divided by 4. And then we've got 1, which was 4 modulus 3. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to show you today, and that is that you can do operations on variables by using that variable. I'll show you what I mean. So let's do, we've got e is already equal to 3. So now let's do e equals e plus 1. And we'll log that. So you can probably guess what that is. So e was 3, and then we set it equal to e plus 1. So that's going to be 3 plus 1, which is 4. So this number should be 4. Let's save. And let's run it. And we can see that we got 4. And as always, let's do a git status. And we'll add that variables.js file. And then we'll commit. And let's call this operations on variables. And then we'll push to main. Thanks for watching this video. If you found my training helpful, please like this video and share it with others. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single lesson. If you're enjoying Monday Morning Automation and you'd like to learn even faster, be sure to check out my book, The Complete Software Tester, which is available in Kindle and paperback on Amazon.com.